There we go. So we're live. Welcome everybody to tonight's webinar. Tonight is not one of my typical law of attraction webinars. Tonight we're going to talk about a new project that started probably about 6 to 8 weeks ago now. Does that sound about right, Barb? Has it been 8 weeks already? And I've done something that I don't normally do for webinars. I've actually created some PowerPoint slides, which is not something I have done in a couple of years. And I had a lot of fun creating that this morning while I was trading. So I'm going to load that up and we're going to go through the slides. I'm going to explain, this new project, why it's so exciting. And then maybe at the end of the call, if you've got some time left, we can answer some questions. So I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share. Let's see if I can find this. Share screen. All right, can I get a thumbs up? Can you guys see that okay? You should see like the LOA+FOREX logo. Awesome, cool, let's dig in. All right, so before we dive in, I think most of you guys already follow me, follow what I've been doing, but a little brief synopsis of my background. My tagline is basically computer hacker turned people hacker. I spent about 10 years in tech. I played a key role in a tech company that was acquired for over $330 million USD. That acquisition was back, I think, in 2011, 2012, 2011. After the acquisition, I left the tech world. I've spent the last 5 years working in personal development, in self-help, and I've built a six-figure coaching business with clients in over 20 countries. And next on the list, of course, is a soon-to-be six-figure Forex earner, maybe, on its way, I think. So that's a little bit about my background. Now, why Forex and why is this so exciting? So for me, working in self-help over the last 5 years, there's three things that really stand out in terms of what people want. So people come to me either for help with their health, physical issues. They come to me looking for help with relationships, so love. And the third thing that people want help with is money. And of those three desires, money is by far at the top of the list. Now, when it comes to the topic of money, the path to money is really ingrained in society, right? So our conscious mind tells us, if you want to make money, well, here's what you got to do. You got to get your high school diploma. You got to figure out what you want to do for your entire life. You got to get an education. You got to go to college. You got to go to university. You got to apply for jobs. And then you got to work for somebody else, right? And if you're lucky, you get some free time, and you also have to work your way up the corporate ladder to make a decent enough salary for most people. So that's the traditional means to wealth accumulation. Now, why Forex is so exciting is because that traditional means of earning money, it's disempowering. People are stuck in a system that they don't want to be in. You've got very little freedom, right? Forex trading is a means to earn wealth. It's a means to make money that everybody has access to, right? As long as you've got an internet connection, you can trade, right? The markets are open 5 to 6 days a week. If you're trading in crypto, which you can do, that's open on weekends too, right? And really, there's no barrier to entry in terms of trading other than knowing how to do it, right? So what's exciting is that trading Forex is a tool that anybody can use if done properly to make money. There's no bosses to get in your way. There's no jobs you need to apply for. If you've got the right mindset, if you're applying the right strategy in the right way, then you can win. right? And yeah, there might be a little bit of a learning curve at first, right? But most people get up to speed within a week, right? And trading Forex is a resource, is a tool that once you learn it, you have it forever. Now, the other thing that I like to explain to people is when it comes to trading something like the Forex, it's a direct path to money. So let's say I'm a coach and my goal is to build a six-figure coaching business. Well, in terms of mindset, I need to deal with all of my limiting beliefs, all of my blocks around what my services are worth, what it takes to attract clients, who I want to work with, what my niche is going to be, how I'm going to market. There's all of these mindset things that I need to figure out and get right in order to be successful in my coaching practice. When it comes to Forex and trading, right, we're taking everything related to the mindset of jobs and career out of the equation, and it's all about you in the markets, right? So if your mindset is in the right place, right, if you're applying the right strategy, then you can win. So those are the main reasons why I'm so excited about this project. So what is Forex, right? Because a lot of you probably haven't even looked at what the Forex is. For me, I didn't know anything about trading 8 weeks ago before this project started. I knew what the Forex was. So Forex stands for foreign exchange. And basically trading in the Forex is the art of buying and selling currency pairs, right? And when you're trading, what you do is you look at a currency pair, maybe it's USD CAD, so US Canada, and you need to predict, is this graph going up or is the graph going down, right? So if the graph is going up, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute, you place a buy order. If the graph is going down, you place a sell order, right? It's that simple. Now, just to give you an idea of how big the Forex is, the New York Stock Exchange in one day goes through $22 billion. The Tokyo Stock Exchange goes through almost 19 billion. The London Stock Exchange goes through 7.2 billion. And the Forex goes through $5 trillion a day. So what we're doing when we're trading currencies, we're playing in that $5 trillion market, right, to make a little bit of cash on our own. So how do you win at Forex, right? How do you make that money through the Forex? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to learn the basics, right? The basics of trading. What's a stop loss? What does take profit mean? What's a pip? And a pip is basically a point, right, in market terms, right? Once you've got the basics down, you need to master a strategy. There's probably hundreds of different strategies you can use for trading, right? You only need to master one, right? Once you've got your strategy mastered, you're good. You're going to be a successful trader. Third, you need to have the right mindset, right? Mindset is key. Mindset is critical. One of my friends, Sam, he went to an iMarkets Live convention, an international convention in, I think it was in Vegas last month. And they brought all of these top earners up on stage, these guys that are making millions and millions of dollars trading. And the key message that all these high-level traders had was the most important aspect of trading was mindset, right? So that falls in line perfectly with the world of law of attraction, a lot of the personal development stuff I've been teaching over the last 5 years. So if you've got a right mindset, which means being disciplined, which means you're not trading out of emotion, you're not gambling, and you're good at tuning into your inner guidance, right? Strong intuition, right? So if you can get all of those three pieces right, then you can be successful at winning at the Forex, right? And what do you do once you have all three of those things right, of course, right? You profit, and then you celebrate with a dance party. So what does trading look like? So a minute ago, I mentioned the iMarkets Live convention. Well, the main software we're using is a software by a company called IML, iMarkets Live. And one of the tools that they have is something called the Web Analyzer. And this is the Web Analyzer. And what you can see in this chart, can you guys see my mouse if I move my mouse around? Okay, good. So these green and red bars, that's the value of the currency pair. So here we're looking at the currency pair called New Zealand USD. So when you look at the Forex, it's about currency pairs. So here you can see the value going up and down with these green and red lines. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to predict, where's the chart going to go next? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Here with these purple lines, the strategy that we use, we look at kind of 3 different indicators. And I'm not going to dive into those details. You know, I'm teaching this stuff in other calls. So what we look at is we look at, this is called the RSI, and this here is called the stochastic. So you'll notice that anytime the RSI is above the purple and the stochastic is above the purple, the price drops. Anytime the stochastic is below the purple and the RSI is below the purple, the price goes up, right? These are the indicators that we use to tell us where's the chart going to go next, and should we place our buy order or should we place our sell order? So that's a brief summary of how simple this really is. Now on the chart over to the right hand side, you can see there's these red and these green squares. These are alerts, and this is part of the IML software. So these alerts actually tell us, oh, this currency pair, Euro JPY, is looking like it might be good for a trade right now. You should go check it out, right? This was another alert here for Euro USD, right? Here was one for GBP USD, right? So these red alerts mean, oh, it might be time to go sell that currency pair. You should go check it out. The green ones, you can see a green one down here, are an indicator that, oh, it might be time to go buy that currency pair. Now, don't get caught up in all these details. I've been providing trainings for this stuff. And if you're interested in this LOA+FOREX project, we're going to teach all of this stuff to you guys. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a summary of what it looks like when you're looking at the Forex charts. So what is the LOA+FOREX project, right? And this is what I started probably, I think it was about 6 weeks ago. So my vision is really what I call solving the money problem. Because I have so many people coming to me looking for a coach, looking for somebody to help them because they need more money. They want to make more money. They're tired with their jobs. They don't know what they want to do next. They're sick of only getting 2 weeks vacation every year. Their mindset is that they have to be stuck into a career they don't want to be in, right? So really my vision is to solve that problem. And what I want to do is I want to create a replicable system, right, that anybody can learn and apply to gain their financial independence. So the Forex, the trading, that's the tool, right? And I see it as a tool that anybody can learn. And when you combine the right mindset, which is the law of attraction mindset, the self-help stuff that I teach, with the right training, the training which comes through IML, so iMarkets Live has a training suite, with actual trading and a community of support people, right, a group, with this combination of things, this formula, I want to help people overcome those money barriers, right? I want people to not have to rely on other people to give them jobs, right, to earn money so that you can have the freedom and live the life that you want to live. Is that making sense for everybody? That's my vision with the LOA+FOREX. So again, as I said, right, the important factors are mindset. In the LOA+FOREX group, we do calls every second week, even sometimes weekly. In those calls, we're doing mindset work. Actually, the call that we have lined up for tomorrow, we're exploring money blocks. So I'm going to run the group through a series of questions, a series of processes to help them uncover the subconscious money blocks that you might be carrying, right? That's preventing you from manifesting wealth, okay? In these calls, we're also doing strategy calls, trading calls. So we're teaching people the strategy that we're using, right? So that we're all using the same system, so that we're all successful with making these trades happen, right? To be successful with these tradings. Now, something else that I've done is I spent about a month writing code because I've got that software background. And I wrote a program that automatically analyzes the charts for us, like those alerts that I showed you, and tells us when a good trade is coming up, right? So you don't have to sit at your computer and spend hours analyzing the charts for yourself. You can be going about your day, doing your own thing. The alert can come in on your phone to say, oh, you should go check out this pair. You walk over to your computer and you check it out, right? I might spend a tops half an hour a day looking at charts, but I'm getting in sometimes 5, sometimes 10 trades in a day, right? Without having to sit at my screen watching charts all day. And then the last part again is the educational aspect, iMarkets Live, which is an educational platform and a tool set. So I want to give you guys a quick peek at the growth strategy that we're using in the LOA plus Forex. So some traders like to use a 2% growth strategy, which basically means that you're always putting in 2% into your investments, into your trades, and you're slowly growing the value of your account. We're doing a 15% compound growth strategy. Now, what that basically means is if you start with $100, okay, and if you make 36 trades and you have a 75% success rate, meaning that you get 3 out of 4 trades right. So if you're getting 3/4 of your trades correct, 3 out of 4 trades right, within 36 trades, you turn $100 into $8,700, right? If you start with $1,000, with 12 trades, you turn it into $3,000, right? That's at a 75% success rate. And what we've been telling people to do is you can trade with a demo account, with virtual money. So what we're doing is we're signing up. You create a demo virtual account, doesn't cost anything to create one of those accounts, and you're trading with the live markets for practice. So what we're telling people to do is practice with the live market until you've got a 75% success rate, until you're comfortable with what you're doing, until you're confident with what you're doing, and then move over to live cash. And just to give you guys an example, so for myself personally, in the last 3 weeks, I've had a 90% success rate with the strategy that we're using, right? So if you've got the right mindset, if you're patient, if you learn the strategy properly, right, that's what it takes. So I've mentioned iMarkets Live a few times. So what iMarkets Live is exactly, it's a trading education platform. And they've got a whole suite of things, okay? So first of all, there's the education library. They've got, it's called the IML Academy, and it's a huge video series that you go through to teach you everything from the history of Forex to all the terms, basically everything you need to know and learn to trade Forex. For me, it took me about 3 days to go through the videos, right? It also contains the trading tools. So earlier you guys saw the web analyzer, right? There's about 3 or 4 different tools that you can use. Another one's called the harmonic scanner, which looks super promising. I haven't had the chance to play with it yet. They've got something called swipe trades. Now, swipe trades is probably what most people are using. If you're not interested in trading, if you still want to make money in the Forex without having to worry about looking at charts, looking at graphs, they've created something called swipe trades. And what they've done is they've hired their own professional traders, and those professional traders are analyzing the stock markets themselves or the Forex, And what they do is whenever they see a good trade, they send an alert out in the software. So it's something you install on your phone. And that notification comes in and it says, oh, this pair is looking for a good trade. You should take this trade, put these numbers in, and that's it. So what people do is they basically copy and paste the information into their trade, and that's it. And so far, since January, every month, those swipe trades have been up about 1,500 pips, right? Which is up 1,500 points. Okay. And then the last piece with iMarkets Live, which is super cool, is something called iMarkets Live TV. So they've got their team of professionals, and it's like they literally have this online TV network where you can go in and you can live trade with the pros. So the pros have their charts up. They're explaining what they're looking at in the charts with different strategies, and they're basically telling you what trades to make live, and they're teaching you why they're making the decisions that they're making. So again, with IML, you've got the education platform, the tools, the swipe trades, and the iMarkets Live TV. So with the Forex, with iMarkets Live, there's really 3 ways you can make money. One, and the best way to make money, the way you can make a lot of money, is the trading, right? Once you get good at it. Second, the swipe trades, where you don't have to worry about the trading. They just tell you what trades to make and you make them, right? We call that the copy and paste method. And the third is IML referrals. So iMarkets Live is a network marketing company, which basically means that by referring other people, by signing up other people, you make money. They pay you, right? So is LOA and Forex for you, right? It's for you if you're not intimidated by graphs, if you understand the importance of mindset, if you're patient, if you're good at following rules, if you don't make impulsive decisions out of emotions, right? If you like learning new skills, if you like working with the team, right? Because this is a team effort. We've got, I think, almost 30 people in the team so far. My goal is to grow it to about 50 or to double it by the end of next month. It's for you, right? This is not for you if you're just looking to get rich quick, if you're desperate to solve your money problems and you think this is the answer. If you find numbers and charts overwhelming, then obviously this is not for you. So if you want to join the party, so we're up to 28 people so far. Like I said, looking to double that number, grow to 50 by the end of next month. Joining is free if you want to join the group, right? That includes the free mindset training, the free group calls, the Nick trades, the community. My goal is to teach this to as many people as possible, right? The only fee is you do need to sign up for iMarkets Live because that's the platform we're using, right? That's what teaches people all the basics. That's what provides you with the web analyzer and the tools you need to do the trading, right? There's a monthly fee for that. I think the first month it's like $225. After that, it's $150 per month, depending on which options you choose. Now, if you refer 2 people, then it's free, right? So if you sign up and then you sign up 2 friends, you don't have to pay anything for the software. If you sign up more than 2 people, then they start paying you, right? And that's it in a nutshell, right? That's the project, right? If you're interested, right? If you've got questions, if you want to learn more, if you're just curious about it, send me an email, nick.bro@gmail.com. If somebody else referred you to the webinar, ask them about it, right? And again, it's not as complicated as what people think. So for me, I started about 8 weeks ago. So I had been doing some money manifestation things that I do, some embodiments. And within 6 weeks, a friend showed up at my place. It was pure synchronicity. I'm going to close this. He showed up and he said, Nick, I just learned this new tool. It's trading Forex. I know you've never done it before. He said, but you've got that analytical mind. You did it in tech. You analyzed people. He said, you should really check it out. I was like, okay, cool. I was a bit skeptical, cool, but I checked it out. And I was hooked right from day one. Within my first week, I took my demo account from 1,000 to 2,200, right? And that's when I really understood the power of what's possible with this, right? So again, if you're the kind of person who's just looking to make money easy, who's looking to solve their money problems with this isn't for you. But if the idea of trading and the freedom that goes along with it is appealing to you, shoot me off an email, ask around, get in touch, and we'll see if this is a good fit for you. And if you want to come and join in the team, then there's more than enough room for you. So that's all I've got for you guys tonight. Does anybody have any questions about any of this? I think it was maybe a lot of information. Click the little hand button if you've got a question. Maybe type it in the little chat window. You guys all look pretty quiet. Barb, you're part of the team. Do you want to say hi and tell us about what your experience has been like with the Forex plus LOA? Do you mind? Yeah, I just unmuted. How you doing, Barb? You didn't know I was going to put you on the spot, did you?
No, that's right, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no experience using Forex. In fact, I probably all of my life have stayed away from those kinds of things. But I was really intrigued with the ability to use my mindset to influence my abundance by using a tool such as what you've heard about tonight. And so I initially began using swipes, and that was so easy. In fact, I did 2 swipes today and was up nearly 100% of what I had in my account, which is really impressive. And now I've moved on to do more analysis and watching the tables. And as Nick mentioned, the Nick trades that come that alert you, they take all of the efforting out of watching, all of the pairs, because now you're zeroed in and looking exactly for the one that you need to do an analysis to determine whether you should get in. The rules are that you'll learn in the group. They're simple to follow, and I write them on a piece of paper so that I don't forget, because sometimes you get caught up in the momentum of a trade because things are happening quickly. And that just allows me to settle down. I practice my mindset approaches. I have 2 or 3 that I do every day. And if I feel like I'm becoming ungrounded throughout the day, I'll go back and spend some more time there. So it's really cool. And it allows me the freedom to be able to go and spend the time working with others and coaching the stuff that I really love. And, with seeing that there's a stream of income that can be available here.
Totally. Yeah. And for me, I love the fact that I can do this and the coaching at the same time. So for me, I'll usually, I wake up at 6 a.m., I'll take a look at the charts. I'll see if there's any good trades when I wake up. I'll go meditate. I'll do my thing. And then whenever alerts come in throughout the day, I just go and I take a peek and I'm like, is this a good trade? Yeah, it looks good. I enter it, and it's that simple. And we have cheat sheets. We're trying to make this as easy as possible, because again, my goal is I see Forex as like a really powerful tool if you're well trained and if you're doing it right. And for me, money is the #1 problem that people have. So if I can really teach a group of people like you guys to apply it and be successful at it and help spread the word, help spread the word, then, there's a lot of good that can be done through this. And that's really what excites me the most about this whole project. Now I see a few more questions here. So Matt's asking, is the enrollment fee in US dollars? Yeah, it is US dollars. So the enrollment fee is in US dollars. And then if you start signing up enough people and they start paying you, then you get paid in US dollars. So right now I've got in my and I'm new to multi-level marketing, network marketing stuff. I've never really been interested in it before. And to be honest, that's not what got me into this. For me, it was the trading. But I see the benefit of it because if the trading works and it helps a lot of people, then it's incentive for people to share about it, right? So for me, in my first month, I had, I think, 12 signups. And once I had 12 signups, then that month they paid me 1,000 USD, right? So the more people that you have signed up under you, I think the guy that I signed up under, Sam, he went to Texas with his business partner and they met somebody down there. And the guy that they met with down there is making $600,000 a month, right? Ridiculous amounts of money. So there's a huge amount of wealth in this company. And it's a fairly new company as well. I don't have the growth numbers in front of me, but I've seen the numbers and it's just ridiculous. And Sam, he said, Nick, he said, when I was in Vegas for that conference, he said, I've never seen so many millionaires under the age of 25. Right? So Matt's asking about the US dollars. Yeah, I just answered that. He says the top millionaires make most of their money from referrals or trading. I don't know for sure. I can find out. I'm guessing it's a combination of both. Monday night, we had a training call with a guy in Toronto, I think, in Ontario. And he was basically teaching all of us how to use one of the tools, the harmonic scanner. And this guy was 21. He was a high school dropout. He dropped out of high school when he was 15, and he's been trading for the last 6 years, making tons of money living that lifestyle, right? So there's been a lot of super inspiring stories that have come out of this too. So Marilyn asks, how do you do it for free before going live? So basically, there's the iMarkets Live software and the tools, and that's the tools, that's the trainings. But in order to do the trading, you use something called a broker, which is different than the iMarkets Live. And when you create your account with your broker, you can select an option to create a demo account. And it takes like 30 seconds, and you just check off either real money or demo account money. And you check off demo account money, and you just put the amount of money you want to put in your demo account, and then you're ready to go. So it's super easy to do. Matt's asking, can I do swipe trades and live trading? Absolutely. Most people are doing both until they figure out which one that they like best. So a lot of the people, they start out with swipe trades because it's super simple to do. And then once they start watching a lot of the iMarkets Live videos, they start wrapping their head around everything. Then they start to explore the trading a little deeper. And then once you're kind of hooked on the trading, it's so much fun that that's probably where you put most of your focus on. That's what you found, right, Barb, is that you started with swipe trades and then you kind of got hooked on the trading?
Yeah, for sure. You begin to recognize patterns and to see things that you think, oh, I'd like to know a little bit more about that. And so then you begin to look at the patterns and the graphs and want to be, I guess, part of the different kind of trading.
Now Matt's asking, with Nick Trade, we don't really need swipe trades, do we? And the answer to that is no. So Nick Trade is something I created, completely separate from iMarkets Live. We just named it Nick Trade. And basically what Nick Trades is software that I wrote that automatically analyzes the markets, and it gives us notifications when a good trade is coming up. So it's same as those alerts, those red and green alerts I showed you in the slides. The only difference is these alerts are specific to the strategy that we're using, which makes it super, super quick and super easy to analyze the pairs. Going through some questions some more. So again, Matt's asking if the top millionaires make most of their money from referral or trading. I think it's both. There's a lot of high net worth traders. I think the CEO of the company was a trader. I'd have to look into that, but I can get you some of those answers, Matt. It might be hard to know because iMarkets Live, they don't actually do the trading. The trading is done with the brokers. And I think for legal reasons, they want to keep that separate. So iMarkets Live probably doesn't keep track of the trading aspect, but they have lots of professionals that they're bringing in. I'm going to talk to some people and see if I can get some answers to that.
And I think it depends, Nick, on you know, what piece you're drawn to. Some people are really drawn to the multi-level marketing, and that becomes super easy, and so therefore that will be where you want to grow it. And some of us are, you know, really enjoy the analysis and that bit, and really want to just spread the word by people seeing us being successful.
Exactly. Totally. Totally. And for me, it was absolutely the trading that got me into it. And I was kind of almost not against multi-level, but I wasn't excited about multi-level.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm in it, and now that I see the power of it, and that I want to share it with everybody because it's such a powerful tool, the MLM aspect of it, you know, comes in handy. Do the top millionaires make most of money for trading? We just got that. What you just explained with the demo, you still have to purchase the IML app, right? Yeah, you do. You need the IML app because you need to have access to the web analyzer or the swipe trades
tools
that you're using. So it's not just the educational aspect, but it's the tools that we're using as a group to do the analysis.
And I have to say that the more time we spend on that website, the more potential we're actually finding. There are things there that I hadn't seen or understood.
Just the harmonic scanner, which I only found out about on Monday night in that group call. I had no idea how powerful that was. And I haven't had a chance to dig into it. But there's definitely something there we can add to our arsenal too. Is IML okay with you doing that? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Do you need approval? Maybe ask your question a little bit more. But I can't see anything that we're doing would be against IML.
Okay, so with Nick Trades. Yeah, I think.
Oh, with Nick Trades. Oh, yeah. The Nick Trades is completely separate from IML, right? I wrote my own code. I'm analyzing my own markets. It's not tied to IML in any way, the Nick Trades. So Jackie's asking, how many hours of study time would you say needed to be up to speed enough to do the demo trading? I would say watching maybe 2 or 3 hours of the videos, so the Academy videos. I would say within 5 or 6 hours of time, you'd probably be ready to start playing with the trading. Does that sound right to you, Barb?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Dan, you just started too. Does that sound about right to you and Andre, 5 or 6 hours? Yeah.
And I think the important thing is to attend the calls, because you'll hear and learn and see a lot.
Yeah, and it's much quicker. So because we're building this community around IML, getting you up to speed is so much faster. So I created a getting started guide, which tells you exactly which IML Academy videos to go watch, which webinars I've already done to go watch. There's one video that we did that's specific to the strategy. So by combining what we're creating with LOA+FOREX with the iMarkets Live, you're getting up to speed fairly fast. For me, it took me about 3 days, and I was trading within 3 days in my demo account. So Angèle is asking, do I understand correctly that each time you find a good trade, you invest money in that trade? Yeah, that's true. Do you decide how much money each time? Is there a minimum? Yeah, so that's all up to you. You can invest as low as like 10 cents per point, right? So when you start out with your demo account, you can start out with a dollar per point. And you know, the demo account, it doesn't matter because it's fake money, even though it's the real markets. And then when you switch over to live, I tell people start really small. So you can start as low as like 10 cents per point, which means that every trade would go up or down maybe like $3 or $4, right? So you start small, and then as you grow your comfort level, as you grow your account, then you bring the numbers up more and more. So Jackie says, do you have a start date for your training? So no, there's no start date. We started about 6 weeks ago, and there's no timing around joining. So I'm not going to cap it. I'm not going to prevent people from joining because I want to help as many people as I can. So it's just about signing up, going through the educational stuff. The earlier you join, the advantage is you get in on more of the live calls we've been having versus only being able to attend the recordings. So all the calls that we're doing within LOA+FOREX, we're recording those and we're putting them in our private Facebook group. So Miss Shida is asking, when you go live trading, what's the minimum investment to fund your account? Is it $100? Yeah, you can. The minimum you can open an account with, I think, is 100. Recommend starting with maybe a minimum of like 250 or 500, because once you get the hang of it, then you're going to want to put in more than 10 cents in your trades. And there's something called a margin level, which is a bit hard to explain. It doesn't mean that you risk more than what you're putting in your wagers, but it's just good to have that buffer in there. So to answer your question, yeah, you can start with as little as 100. I tell people, start with maybe 250 or 500 is a good number for people who ask me what they should start with. Whew, okay, that was a lot of talking and a lot of questions. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Is there a schedule for the live calls? So the live calls, we kind of schedule them as we go. So this week's live call, there was one today, this afternoon. There's one tomorrow afternoon. Next week or the week after, they're not scheduled yet. We've got people in time zones ranging from California to I think Norway. So we've got people in a whole bunch of time zones. So we're going to mix up the times, and we're going to try to make it as convenient as possible to get as many people in the calls as we can, right? Because my goal is to help you guys as much as I can. My goal is to really, looking at my last 5 years working in self-help and personal development, people want freedom, people want money, and the only path they see to that is a job, and a job that most people don't want to be in the first place. And I really see this as a tool that could break that mold, create a new trend. And again, that's what's exciting me about this. So if you guys have any more questions that come up after the call, send me an email, nick.bro@gmail.com. If somebody else introduced you to this stuff, you can ask them or get in touch with me. We'll get your questions answered. I see Tyler's asking, is there somewhere else we can find some training videos? I don't know what you would search for. You could search for YouTube, but all of the official IML iMarkets live training videos, everything we've been using from within the group is all contained inside the iMarkets Live. Awesome. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Great seeing some faces I haven't seen in a while. So we'll hopefully chat again and do another webinar soon. Ciao for now.